What is up? Welcome to Bleach Boys, YouTube's only Bleach Rewatch podcast, asterisk, because I don't know that for sure.
Much
I just claim
content.
that everything is only.
I feel like the name has changed over time. It's like Bleach Boys Podcast and now the Rewatch Cast.
It's still Bleach Boys podcast, but there's a descriptor at the end of it.
Yes.
We did episodes 292 to 299 this week. We're almost at the 300 mark. We get so much stuff. Basically, all the captains jump Aizen. Doesn't work. No reverse card. Momo gets glacked. Thank God. And then Ichigo kind of does some stuff, doesn't do other stuff.
And Yamamoto goes full off.
Yes, Yamamoto pops off.
He fucks up
Gin
Wonderweiss.
kind of plays around. We
Yeah.
get Isshin's appearance. And then as far as the canon stuff, we end with Urahara showing up.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. And then we get the Spirits, or the Soul Society Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get the prologue to the Hellverse movie. So next week we will be coming back with the Hellverse movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's pretty exciting because I think that movie's really good.
Yeah, and as always, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. That was pretty much the whole fucking bit. So
what did you guys think of at least the canon episodes first? I thought they were
I
fucking
liked them.
fantastic.
I liked them a lot. They were great.
So like this is like the meat and potatoes of everything, and
Yeah.
it was so good.
Sam was simping so hard
Oh, I
the
love
whole
Aizen.
time.
I
He's
love
like,
Aizen
oh, that's
so
my boy
much.
you just
Aizen.
hear like, oh yeah, you're gonna shit talk him the whole time. Get him.
I like when they're like, you're gonna keep talking while you fight. Yeah, I will.
It's
I'm gonna
so
insult you.
good. He's just like everybody's trying to be like, you do too much talking. Well, I'm gonna continue doing it, bitch. So you
Yeah.
better get used to it.
And I don't know if we brought it up in this. I talk about it all the time, but his voice actor in the dub is Gohan from the
Oh, yeah.
Dragon Ball Z dub. And so I'm just sitting there like, wow, Gohan's
an asshole.
He's popped the fuck
I feel
off.
like those are two very different characters because Gohan, like, he's not a very cocky character.
No,
No, not at all.
Except maybe when he was Z Warrior form at the very beginning.
or Saiyaman. I feel like he's just weird as Saiyaman.
But then it's like this one is like as much of a I'm better than you asshole as you possibly can
Just
do.
constantly looking
Yes.
down at everybody.
yeah, it's great though. It's really cool. He does a great job as a
Oh
voice
yeah,
actor.
he's
I
really
do
good.
feel like some of the characters kind of got lost in the juggle because as I was saying, so we get the part where all of the captains and lieutenants kind of jump in.
Yeah.
Some characters just mysteriously go missing. in
Omaida
that
ran.
one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Omaida did ran.
Is a number one, but you can't even say he ran because like they have a specific scene where Soifan kind of does a speech to Ichigo, and then they make sure to show Omaida, wait
Running.
for me, Captain, and then go after. It's like, why did we show that if he's going to mysteriously disappear?
Yeah, I don't know. You would think, wow, he fought death and blocked a shot from death. You know, he would fight Aizen.
Yes.
Apparently, that's scarier.
yeah.
Well,
So-
he's like, so he fought death, but Aizen keeps calling himself a god. You
Yeah.
know, where
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, that's a little
That's a
much.
little
Like,
higher.
I'm not so sure about
I don't
that.
know. I feel like an aspect of nature is way more scary than a god, but okay.
Well, you could say he made death like bend his knee. You
he
know,
did.
it's like
True. He bent the fucking knee.
yeah. So
oh shit.
that's even worse. Then it's like, ooh, it's like this guy had death like on a chain. I'm not so sure about that.
I'm gonna call it. So we're gonna get one more episode with Urahara showing up,
Uh-huh.
and then we're gonna get a filler episode where Omaida was getting like this mighty swing ready, and then fucking Yamamoto burnt him alive.
It's
or
like
some
the
shit
sport
like that.
where they got to do the multiple twists before they
Yes,
throw the
yes.
ball. You know?
yeah, and the ball's coming, and then one of the pillars of flame shot up, and he's like, "Well, you know, I
Son
did
of
try."
a bitch.
And I wasn't even aiming for the back of his neck.
yeah.
I forgot about that though. That Yamamoto's flames got absorbed by Wonderweiss.
Oh yeah, that was.
I never forgot that part. So that part was I'm just like once again it comes back to my timeline being all fucked up.
Yeah.
I thought all of this happened so much sooner. Like
Same, like the
the
visor's
stuff
getting
with
fucked.
like Wonderweiss and Kensei, I thought that was much more graphic. Like I thought we saw Kensei get fucked on,
I
but
think
it's
it was
like,
more
it kinda
graphic in the
helped-
manga.
It kind of happens off camera. Like you don't get to ever see
Did they
what
talk-
happens.
he
there.
doesn't even show up.
No,
he's
yeah.
gone.
And like same thing with like there's a lot of characters that just get lost. And so
Yeah.
the key characters in this jumping scene is obviously Shinji, Kyoraku.
Hitsugaya.
Ukitake never shows back up again.
he
He's
got
actually
blacked.
just
Dead.
knocked out on the
Yeah.
ground. And like Hitsugaya, Soifan, those are kind of the key players in this, and they kind of do all of the work, and
They do.
anybody else who shows up is purely there to just be like, hey, watch Aizen absolutely dunk on them. Rose and Love get absolutely
Oh my
dunked
god,
on.
Love got wrecked.
Komamura was there too.
Oh,
Don't
yes,
forget
Komamura,
that.
sorry,
yeah,
yes,
he
yes.
did some work and then just got glacked.
Yeah, he was part of the other guys who just their only reason to show up was
He got
to get
blacked at the
blasted.
same time as Love and Rose did.
He tried to do the dumb thing, which is we come back to the classic. We're gonna dunk on Komamura's Bankai.
Please
He
don't.
tried to block a hit with his Bankai, almost seemingly forget that, any damage my Bankai takes, I'm going to take as well.
Lost his arm.
Bankai gets his goddamn arm cut off, and what do you know? Fucking Komamura's missing a goddamn arm.
Yep.
Well, you know what? That's great, because that's two big fat boys with arms that are missing, and they did opposite arms, so now him and Hachi can hang out.
Aizen kind of goes around, and I don't know if he's got a thing for it, but he kind of dismembers a lot of people, where he's just like, ding, ding, ding,
he
ding, ding,
did
ding.
specifically say, I'm not going to mortally kill you,
yes,
but I'm going to incapacitate
some people,
you.
though, I don't know what he knows about mortally wounding people, because a lot of those are
gonna bleed
mortal
out,
wounds.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Hitsugaya?
Yeah, like he got fucked up, and he specifically called out, like when he said that line, he was talking to Hitsugaya, like, he was like, I want you to stick around and watch. Whereas, like, meanwhile, he got it the worst.
Yeah.
Did they reuse the Hannibal scene?
They just went on the opposite
I honestly
side.
think they did, because it was the same, it
Same
was the
cut,
same cut, same reaction, just like wide-eyed, just like, I can't believe I just got cut.
But in the Hannibal scene, it was, ha ha ha, I won, and it was, fuck, damn it.
Yep.
What the fuck? I don't think that would be my reaction when I got my fucking arm and leg cut off. It would be, damn it.
And they kind of gave this whole speech. So first of all, I got to give a little bit of credit to Ichigo. When Ichigo first shows up, he basically just starts blasting.
Yeah.
He
just
like goes
bap,
full
bap,
in, bang, 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 bang. And even Aizen is like, it's like you had a good shot. Should have used your hollow mask, huh?
Yeah.
And he's like, ooh, I should have used my hollow mask.
Did we ever find out what the fuck that thing was behind his neck? Because he just has it.
I don't think
for
he
the
ever
rest
said,
of the show.
except for the fact that he was just like, you didn't think I'd protect the back of my neck? Like, come on.
It's like, it's fucking Hitsugaya's stars thing. It's just like, it's there when somebody goes to glack him in the neck and when it needs to be a time thing. Just fuck it.
It makes sense, though.
Yeah, it does seem...
He is pretty smart and knows how to use, like, ketos and stuff like that.
But
so he would have something to protect himself.
I would like to hear the keto, at least. Or just like, hey,
incantation?
I have, like, number 87 hanging out in my bag.
Yeah, he should have really said it after the fact. Kind of like when he did when he blocked the keto commanders thing.
Oh, exactly.
He didn't say any incantation, but he did say what the Hado was after the fact.
My boy Hachi's just sitting there chilling. He's clearly not doing anything anymore. Hiyori's, getting healed.
That's kind of the weird part where it's like about the fact that they censored her getting cut in half. Where it's like, had she been cut in half, I could see why it would take Hachi and Unohana there.
Yeah.
Because like Hachi needs to hold both of the pieces
from
together,
bleeding,
bleeding in, like, because he's got the barrier thing where he can kind of seal it all up.
Yeah.
Where it's like now that the fact she literally just been stabbed in the stomach, it looks like I think is what they're trying to say. There is no reason for Hachi to be there.
Unless
There's really not.
Gin did like one of those seppuku things where he just kind of stirred it around in the pot.
And
I'm just like,
I'm pretty sure we're not going to see them at all anymore, but they are still the two last standing people.
Oh,
obviously,
yeah.
if we don't count the people who have mysteriously disappeared, like Omaida, Chojiro,
they're coming up with something.
Who knows where they fucking went? But those two are shown, and then we don't see them for the rest of the jumping.
We know Sasakibe is always getting rid off. Like he's just never going to be a part of anything.
He
cool.
just forgot to let himself back in. He accidentally locked himself out and was just taking care of
they
the
didn't
outside
even give
of it.
him like
he's just like, damn it, dude.
Could you imagine that?
They didn't even give him like the time of day to be like, let's just show him getting like killed off when they went to kill off Tetsuzaemon.
Yeah.
Like they're in Izuru. Like
I mean, why
put them in that group? Like just we'll write them off real quick. Just
give me the fucking action shot where you get everybody's reaction.
Yeah.
And also getting Sam's.
Did you notice how he didn't
getting glacked?
Yeah,
he didn't care about Matsumoto. She's just on the ground.
Yeah, he didn't finish that. So, like, I obviously understand the story reason as to why that is, but it's like, it is weird that he would not finish her off.
Mm-hmm.
He did try to double tap old man Yama.
Which, honestly, I forgot how much of a badass
old man Yama was.
I thought, from my memory, like, when I started watching the fight, I was like, oh, okay, I remember this part. Yamamoto basically gets, like, owned. It's like, because Wonderweiss is a counter, and it's like, it's literally like, sorry, dude, I planned for this. Best of luck.
I tech-spec this shit.
So I remember that part. But I did not remember how good of a fight he put up where he was
Dude,
like, you
badass.
took my flames away? Oh, no problem. I'll just start punching things.
Bro, he's just like, I got wind powers too because I can punch the fucking air so hard.
Punched a fucking hole in him.
It was like one of the best lines, like, well, how do you think I became I was the head captain for 1,000 years.
But you know what was funny is because they said the exact same thing about Aizen, where Gin was just like, why do you think the Espada were all hanging out under him? It's because he's so fucking powerful. Yamamoto was
and Gin brought up a great point, though, where it's like, everyone's like, we just got to stop him from using it. It's like, if it was truly you just have to stop him from using his Zanbakuto, why would everybody else follow him? Like, are you serious?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
yeah.
If there's that big of a hole where it's like you just wait for the dude to sleep, like, what do you think?
But that's crazy. Though. He just went like, and blew up.
He didn't even.
Yamamoto.
Sorry, Yamamoto. Yeah, sorry.
Jose had this very specific idea in his head.
But like he talked about it. He's like, oh, now I don't feel bad about killing a little kid because Aizen, and he talks about how Aizen took away his speech, he took away his ability
Yamamoto,
to think and stuff.
He basically stat dumped.
Wonderweiss.
He basically
full counter.
You don't need anything else except for this singular stat right here.
But as Yamamoto brought up, you still have feeling, don't you? Why would
He's
you
like,
do
I am
that?
sorry, and then he
I think that was just kind of like
arms.
that was just kind of like a way to be like to kind of show Aizen is not really like the best of dudes. Like if he was the best of dudes, he would have like taken like he would have really like literally just made him a weapon.
Yeah.
But it like for some reason Aizen was like, oh, it'll be more fun if he has feelings.
Yeah, he's got a purpose.
Yeah.
Like,
he's a little
feels
sadistic.
things.
And I like how Aizen like tries to turn it on Yamamoto when he's like, really, you're the bad guy because you're the one who killed him?
Yeah,
it's like,
dick move.
It's like I gave him a life and a purpose, dude. It's like
I felt like I was seeing Sam.
Sam is Aizen.
Like Yamamoto was so nicely like I put him out of his misery. Like he's done with like Ion and the three Hallible people. Where
and
they
you talk to him
mercy.
like, oh, you poor creature.
And Aizen's like, really though?
They had a life, man.
They were just doing just fine. They signed a lease, like everything.
God.
You kind of took him out, and that was kind of fucked up. But it should be stated, Yamamoto's game plan was baller, by the way. Where he let him get stabbed, and he was like, you could say this is an illusion. Like Aizen tried to double bluff.
Yeah.
He tried to be like, how do you know this isn't an illusion? And he's like, I don't, but the fact that I can feel like your like spiritual pressure in the sword that's in my stomach.
So Sam likes to show us some of the mangaku things, and it reminded me of Big Dick Island or whatever the fuck he showed us.
My
They had to
God.
fight with their swords, but there were just these metaphorical giant
It was
penises
so
clashing
good.
the whole time.
So good. And it's like we kind of like joked about it before a few episodes. We're like, man, Bleach just has so much talking and like so little like fighting. But it's like I love it when it is the guy, like the Aizen guy, where it's like that's his shtick. Like no, everybody else doesn't need to have that shtick.
Exactly.
But it's like this is the guy who is supposed to know everything, know like plan for everything.
He planned Ichigo's
entire
whole
life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which there's a lot to talk about there and unpack because he specifically he kind of lays down the roadmap to Ichigo. So Ichigo kind of shows up. Yamamoto gives his life, which is fucking. It doesn't really give his life, but does like a final explosion, which is baller.
Oh my god,
what a badass!
He gives an opening for Ichigo to finally slash Aizen,
which was everyone else's intention from the get-go.
Yes.
Like, hey, watch for this, and then they just get glad.
They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it.
He's like, why are you attacking Momo?
And it took all of fucking
That shit was
Yamamoto
funny
to
as fuck.
just like do anything.
Yeah.
So he finally starts revealing the game plan. Basically, he's like, Ichigo is not the smartest cookie.
No.
And he basically
I would hope
thinks,
so. He's 17.
Great point. Great point. Aizen kind of explains to him, like, since the very beginning, I've been like, every fight you've done, every encounter, like to the point where meeting up with Rukia, to meeting up with like your very first hollows, to the Menos Grande appearing.
Yeah.
It's like, that was me. I did that.
I like how
It
it's
makes sense though. He's like, how could something so big be attracted to that little bait? And I'm like, oh.
But you constantly come into that fucking point where you're like reading a manga where like none of this shit should happen because it's like, okay, come on. But they wouldn't write a story about like a nobody kind of thing, so they got to make it like grand, spectacular. This one tale from ye old times where this one guy fought like 17 fucking cool things.
Yes.
And I was like, I am the 17 cool things. Your life is nothing.
And like he kind of lays out the story for Ichigo, and the back and forth is like Ichigo doesn't want to believe it. It's kind of like the Luke and Vader thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like
God.
he doesn't want to believe it, but like Aizen's like deep down and it's like you damn well know.
And he did cut off enough people's hands to be like, hey, I did cut your hand off, Ichigo.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes,
I am
exactly.
your father.
So it's like they kind of set this whole thing, and we got into an argument in the middle of this because
Oh god.
he basically is laying out the path where he's like, to you fighting Kenpachi, to you fighting Byakuya. It's like I set all of that up, and it's
you
like
think you could have won?
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
isn't it weird how you fought people who were exactly your strength? Isn't that really
Yeah.
weird? And it's like then I like to the point of you fighting Grimjo, to you fighting like Noitora, and even Ulquiorra. It's like this is where the point of contention comes in.
Yeah.
Once again, all roads
yeah.
lead back to Byakuya versus Ulquiorra, guys.
Oh,
all right,
fucking
here we go.
goddamn it.
Here we go. This is the point of contention, okay? Because if Aizen is all-knowing and really he knew like
The
who
Ulquiorra
exactly
fight?
to put him up against and what power level you should be at. And he was even talking about how he was leading his hollow evolution. Like he was like, I've planned like ever since like Byakuya, the big thing he took from that was your hollow form. Like that's what you got. And I have since then been leading you all the way to here.
But he said it seems with his new mask because he
did
got the
it
new
there.
mask.
We're very particular on the wording, and obviously this is the worst the worst way to argue the wording because we're watching it dubbed.
Yeah, that's
where they
true.
already have to change the wording on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
but
maybe someone in the comments can answer, but go ahead.
He said, what was it? Apparently, you've gained newfound power.
I don't think he
Apparently
said apparently.
was the other word I was arguing.
Yes.
He did not say apparently.
Subsequently.
He said you fought Ulquiorra and subsequently gained even more hollow power, something like that.
I don't think it was
a newer power. I
your
think is what he said. He doesn't say more hollow powers.
With Ulquiorra is what he said in the dub, and then he said apparently.
Listen, we need a hard ruling. Okay, we need a hard ruling. Did Aizen? I don't think there is a hard ruling. I honestly, from what I have seen of people talking about it, because like what I was talking about last podcast, where there's the kind of the two roads that it has to be down. Either Aizen knew or he didn't. Those are the two hard and fast. And I don't think there is a hard ruling
because I don't know if he knows about Ulquiorra's thing. I think Ulquiorra said only Aizen doesn't even know about this.
So Ulquiorra did say that, but then Aizen in this thing is saying, I knew about everything. And then the beginning of this one was, I purposely set you up with people who are the same strength as you. So I would assume that he would know Ulquiorra is the same strength as Ichigo.
I feel he probably knew that Ulquiorra would be hiding something, and that would bring out Ichigo's latent potential. Well,
because what was it? He fought Grimmjow last, and he kind of got his ass rocked by fucking Noitora. So he fought Grimmjow. That was 6. 5 rocked him. 4 came back, and he finally fought toe-to-toe with 4. I think that's where he would be saying, oh, you finally, you moved up each rank kind of thing. And I don't know what happened because he wasn't even in the world.
Yeah,
of
so if we go with the Aizen thing where he was like, I purposely wanted it to be the same strength, right?
Yeah.
We would argue that Vassal Lord Ichigo, it was kind of a good battle with even the Segunda Etapa.
Yeah.
That was kind of close, kind of.
I feel like he rocked fucking Ulquiorra.
Vassal Lord did fuck him, but I think
Pure
there was
savagery.
a little bit of
there was a back and forth.
Yes. There was a clear moment. It would not have been that way with first release. That's all I'm saying. It wouldn't have even been close if it was first release.
But Aizen even said when he was fighting Ichigo, he's like, "Oh, come on, you should have been way stronger right now." He was
he does.
So that means that he thought he was way stronger. So that's why I'm saying that I think Aizen knew about second release, and he was like, "You would be about on par with second release, and that should make you so much stronger." Because I think if he knew that there was another evolution to Ichigo's hollow power, which seems like he's leading him along that line, that he would know that power is going to be too strong for first release Ulquiorra.
Yeah.
Because first release Ulquiorra would have got stomped.
Oh my god.
Second release Ulquiorra barely put up a fight. He was doing his thing.
I mean, he would have rocked all the Espada, right? As Vassal Lord. I think
we're not talking at once, right? We're talking
I feel like Death would be hard because that's just a weird matchup.
Yes.
Hannibal, he would rock.
Yeah. I think anybody that he could physically grab would probably win because a big part of what threw Ulquiorra off is he just went full primal. Yeah. And it's that's what throws up a lot of people. Even when he was fighting Byakuya and stuff, he's like, damn, he's like, you don't give a fuck. It's like, you're like a totally different
he was
fighter.
no longer thinking about it. He was just reacting.
Yeah. You go
off the Muramasa fights, what the fuck, he's an animal.
You're going off instinct where it's ooh, okay. You're not, you don't give a fuck now.
Oh, what about my honor?
Yeah. So I do think, because he's very quick, very destructive. So I do think anybody that he could grab, obviously the Bargon one would be a little bit of an iffy one.
That's just not fair.
But I mean, even the only reason Bargon lost was his own power. So I don't know how he would fight that. That's obviously the weak one. But I think everybody else he would be
Yami included too.
He would be so quick and destructive that I think it would be done.
Yeah, easily.
Yami would be fucking done.
Yeah, Yami would have been destroyed. Yeah,
because Yami's power is kind of like the Hulk, where it's he'll keep progressively getting stronger and stronger.
It doesn't matter
how
fucking strong he gets because I feel like if he's going to punch, he's slow moving boy no matter what. So Ichigo can get out.
But that's why I'm saying Vassal Lord Ichigo, where he just let's go, and just goes in.
His Super Sarah,
and he just goes full power from the get go. I think it would be donezo.
Yeah, he's too fast. Yami wouldn't be able to keep up with the speed.
Yeah, I don't think Yami has Hulk regeneration.
I don't know. If I don't know. This is such a dumb basically putting the Hulk against anybody is a dumb conversation.
Yeah, but Broly won that one.
Unlimited power versus X. Who knows? Where it's I kind of feel the same thing about Yami, where it's given enough time, it's unlimited power versus
it's the Batman argument too.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Where it's sure, but if they met, Yami shows up to fucking Karakura Town and Vassal Lord Ichigo's hanging out there, it's just over.
Oh, that'd be so fucking funny. What if all that shit happened before Ulquiorra and Yami show up to fucking grab Orihime and he's just what's up?
But same thing with Ulquiorra as well. It wouldn't even been a close fight if he was just instantly Vassal Lord and just ripped him to shreds. It would just be over.
It'd have been a beautiful fight. fucking thing, though.
Yeah.
Somebody make that a fan fiction for me, please.
Yeah. Just like full power Ichigo from the moment they show up in Car Town and just like ready and go.
So are you thinking that, because obviously Aizen had a miscalculation then if he's saying that Ichigo should have been stronger.
So it seems like he had a miscalculation on two fronts, because he also said the same thing about the espadas.
Yeah.
Oh,
he figured they would be
so
way
he's
stronger.
Like kind of over. He's either over calculating people's strength or underestimating how strong he exactly is. Where he's like
I think
expecting
he's
people to get to his level faster than what they're getting.
And I don't think that's fair, because I mean, Gein's fucking broken. Like he is stupid
Gein is
strong.
powerful. Yeah.
And I don't think even he would be like comparable to Aizen.
No.
Like,
Aizen is just like he for all intents and purposes, he's a god. Like
he
is on the next level of next level.
And for him to be like, Yamamoto, I have to kill you. Like that is dope.
Well, that's because he knows he would be
that.
extremely troublesome.
Yeah. So I have a problem before we get too far away from like all the captains jumping him.
Yeah.
From what we know of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc, I don't like let's imagine.
Are we talking about Hitsugai again? Because I swear to God, I'm done with this
he's,
argument.
he's part of the greater conversation, where we know a lot of these captains, lieutenants, even
their bankais,
their bankais, or like their release forms, even. Yeah. Why aren't they using them? Like, if for all intents and purposes, if you're in this fight, this is it. Like this is it. There's
the way Yamamoto was going to burn everyone alive.
Yeah,
and
this was supposed to be written as a war arc.
But my problem is we know Yuha Baha is always coming. Like,
yes.
And even if you say we don't, fucking Captain Commander knows Yuha Baha is coming. Like, there's no excuse for him to blow his entire squad on this.
Yeah, and it's guess
sad.
Like for him, like I get when like Yamamoto was going to sacrifice everybody, and he was like, well, they all knew what they signed up for. Like this, because Yamamoto, to his point, which is kind of, it comes to my point as well, he was like, everybody knew what they signed up for. This is it. Like we have to give our lives to stop you.
Yeah.
But then why is he not going Bankai?
Exactly.
Why are none of them going Bankai? Like, why are they all throwing away? Like, Kyoraku is attacking Aizen like this whole time, clearly not having a great go at it.
No.
Why is he not going Bankai? Like, why are all of these people not going Bankai?
I don't get it. And why is Ukitake not getting up?
I don't know. I've kind of like stepped around knowing what Shinji's Bankai is, and I hear it's like forbidden or whatever.
Yeah.
But this seems like the moment where you would whip it out. Like,
he can't use it. That's the only thing.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
It's one of those like yes and no, where it's like there's too many people around.
Does it have conditions?
It has conditions. Fuck off, Jose.
Sure.
It has conditions that can't be met.
But I'm just saying, surely this is it. Like,
I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, okay, at what point does Wonderweiss just fucking explode? Like, if he goes Bankai and he grabs it, he's done, right?
Yeah.
Because he just turns to ash. No, he doesn't even turn to ash. He just disappears.
Yeah, even to the point where, like, Aizen was walking up. It's like, oh, I'm going to finish off. It's like, if he was Bankai, he has the whole thing where I'm cloaked in fire. You literally cannot touch me.
I die.
Where it's like how? Why is he not doing that? Like, what? Like, specifically, we just hone in on Yamamoto, because obviously, even Aizen himself is, you are the strongest Soul Reaper. Like, he gives him that title. You're the strongest Soul Reaper.
It's like he learned his Bankai in the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. That was specifically what.
That's what sucks about like these. I don't know. Like when you know there's gonna be another arc after the fact, and it's like, oh, I need to save some reveals or whatever. Where it's like Aizen has been the key storyline for Bleach all the way through.
Yeah.
Where it's like now it's weird that people are, for all we know, and like if we were watching as viewer, they're dying, quotes.
Yeah.
And they're not using their Bankais and stuff. Like all of them are not using their Bankais. But it's crazy.
No matter what your argument, it's lame. Like if this is their final battle, use Bankai. If you know that they have a Bankai later on because of Yuha Baha, fucking use your Bankai.
Any of the visors except for Kensei use a Bankai?
No.
No.
Like,
no.
Well, like what the fuck?
Because we don't get to see what's his name.
And they're all captain / lieutenant level.
Yeah. Why didn't Kensei go to Bankai and then we never see? Are we gonna get a fucking filler where he gets
I don't think so.
I think we've missed that.
Yeah.
Wow, they shipped him out.
Yep.
I remember very distinctly him getting fucked by Wonderweiss, and that's why I'm confused. Where it's like, did we fucking miss that somehow? Like, did we?
I don't think we missed it.
We just erased that from the memory bank, or it's like,
no, he punched him, and then it was the end.
Yeah, it's weird. That's just my gripe. Like the whole thing. Like I think this is like we said, fantastic episodes.
Oh my god!
But in the back of my mind, it's like, as a person rewatching this with the future knowledge, as a storytelling thing, it does not make sense that these people are not busting out Bankai.
Yeah.
Does not make sense.
Much.
If they had made Bankai a thing where you had to be like, they didn't have Bankai, like everyone didn't have it, and they're like, oh, or if like it was the Kyoraku thing where you think they might die at the end of their Bankai, I would kind of understand not using it.
But like,
and they kind of got glacked before they could make the decision.
Kyoraku doesn't get to have that excuse because Yamamoto was about to blast all of them.
Yeah.
So it's like, supposedly.
Kiraku was just being bad.
Yeah.
Like, he was trash.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have actually
they knew they were
up.
going to die, so they had to do it. So that seems like Kiraku, hey, hop in, bud.
Soifon held down, I feel like.
Yeah, she tried.
Yeah.
But Kiraku
definitely.
was just like, oh, you cast a shadow on the ice. I'm like, he cast a shadow everywhere, homie. Like, he stayed down there and you couldn't fucking glack him.
Yeah.
Like, what happened to the being on top?
And like they have multiple moments where they try to attack Aizen and nothing is working. It's like, hey, this might be a great chance to do Bankai because this is not going well at all.
They brought up fucking Kiraku's Bankai against Stark. Like, why?
Yeah.
And Ukitake is not there to be like, I forbid you from using this. That's bullshit.
And he's one of the last ones up. He's part of the group at the end that kind of gets mollywopped, like Kiraku.
Yeah. I wonder if it's a similar thing where he can't use it because it's going to be like he'll get everybody else involved. Because
I'm pretty sure
that
that's
is part of his Bankai, where it's like
it's like anybody within the zone is part of his game.
It's indiscriminate is the Bankai, so like anybody can kind of be pulled into it. But still, once again, Yamamoto's ready to do it. It's like he's ready to fucking do it.
Why paralyzed? Why
is nobody else doing it? It's like it doesn't make any sense.
Do you think Urahara's Bankai would have been great in this?
Anybody's Bankai would have been a great try.
Mm-hmm.
God, I would have loved to have seen Urahara's Bankai.
It just like I don't understand. Like I understand from a writing point of view where it's like maybe it wasn't figured out, but you've already established in universe that all captains have to have Bankai. You've already established that in universe. Why against the final boss, for all we know, is like Aizen has been built as the final boss for fucking 300 episodes.
Yeah.
Why are you not busting out Bankais?
Yeah, it makes sense for Miurino to not be there, right? We got his Bankai early on.
Yes.
Byakuya's and
They've
Kenpachi, who
done
did
a
not
great
know
job
it.
of taking the people who we have already fucking seen and putting them somewhere else.
But they still steamroll you the fuck out with fucking Renji's Bankai.
They've been doing a great job of like, hey, all of these people who we've written to hell, they're in Hueco Mundo. They can't fucking get out. Enjoy that.
Unohana's here, but we still don't know what the fuck we're doing.
That's another thing too, where it's like, if this is the final fight, why is Unohana not participating? Why
is she not Kenpachi mode?
We shouldn't be still mad about Kensei not being glacked on screen because we still don't know what the fuck her Zanpakuto was in that rebellion arc.
But it's like even here, it's like Unohana should be in there.
Person.
Unohana so far has proven to be the most like she has figured out almost everything.
Yeah.
Where it's like she is clearly one of the smartest people.
Oh yeah, very
watching
much
out of everybody.
She's the other Urahara.
Yeah. Where it's like she should be in there. Like she should be in there helping. Obviously, I don't know what the original game plan was, how long they knew like, oh, this is going to be the Kenpachi. But I mean, I don't know. Like I think these fights are very good. Very good. I feel tainted from having known what I know now.
I don't even think you can say that. Like, even if you don't know, it's bullshit.
I agree, though, because this was supposed to be the big finale. Even if we got, like, the full Bring arc later on,
like, you basically have to have an out-of-body experience where it's like, I have to forget that apparently these people that I know now have very overpowered Bankais that they could be using at any point in time.
I'm just going to say it. Just treat it all like filler.
None of this happened.
Yeah. Which, by the way, they put two fillers that we've talked about just a little bit of showing all the fights. Those were obnoxious.
Oh my God.
They were not
episode
worth it.
and a half filler. There is one whole episode where they spend so much time with the Soul Society arc fights. And you get probably about a minute of Aizen kind of reacting to stuff.
Wasn't it when he said
that's when Isshin comes in.
Like, I planned your whole life.
Oh, no. Yeah, it was right before that.
Hey, here's an episode and a half, fuck boys.
Yes. But I'm saying there's in that episode and a half of filler bullshit, there's like a minute of like new material in there where it's Aizen like, okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I'm watching this for Soul Society. Then Gin shows up like, oh, Gin, what do you think about? And it's like, that's it. You can skip those. When the moment that goes, hit the fast forward button on the remote.
The other gripe I have, though, that specific episode, you left to go to the restroom, but me and Jose caught it. The part where Aizen says, Ichigo, your whole life was planned out by me, was in that bullshit filler spoil shit they do at the beginning where they're like, but they said it.
I honestly think, and I don't think we can hold that against the anime because I honestly think that those are from like the Blu-ray or something.
I think so because I don't remember
they've
them
just taken the
them.
Blu-rays and put them onto Hulu. But I legitimately think that is where that came from because there's no fucking way that is like
That's the thing.
That's the thing. There's no way. That's so out of touch.
I agree, and it's worse when you put it up to the part where they basically played an episode and a half, and you get that 1 minute of new content, and 30 seconds of it was played in front of the fucking episode. Like, what the fuck?
They wouldn't do that. I feel like that's where the commercial would go or something.
Yeah, maybe, but it's so weird for them to do that.
It's super weird, and it, like we kind of joked about. It's kind of like the YouTube thing where they're like, oh, let's put a little bit of here's what's gonna happen, but they don't do just one good scene. They just do here's all of the keynotes that are going to happen this upcoming episode.
Do you still want to watch it?
Yeah, it's brutal. So after the grand revelation, we get Isshin showing up.
Oh yeah,
which they kind of showed up. So it showed. I actually have a question that I would love to know.
Oh,
does Aizen know if Ishida and all? Well, Ishida's not. Ichigo is a Quincy. Does Aizen know that?
Because he does say you are human.
No, but
and
so he was about to say Soul Reaper there.
Yeah, because
I don't think he was.
He was 100% was about to say he was about to say a human and a Soul Reaper there, and then because Isshin shows up, and then Ichigo goes in like narration mode for some reason.
Yeah, like
and he's like, oh well, I was wondering what he was gonna say, but I see the answer right in front of me. I know, and it's like
I feel like that's one of those. I got my answer, but the real answer was Quincy. But I feel like you guys are right because a Soul Reaper human thing is more of a better.
Yes, yeah.
But if he knows Ichigo from the start, like he knows about his birth, he's the one that made the Basto Lorde that took over Ichigo.
But he could also not know about Misaki. That's like because let's say like Ichigo, he wasn't born. When was Ichigo born? Like I need to know the timeline of when
15, 16 years ago.
Because Misaki like loses her Quincy powers, right? Like
that's how she gives them up pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she could fuck up Hollows.
Yeah. So that's why it's like I need to know the timeline of when that happens and when he first finds, like when Ichigo's born. Like if he's supposedly been following Ichigo since he's born, like when is the timeline of that?
Yeah, like is he just kind of peeking in and he just completely missed the biggest point of his life?
Like was he following Isshin and then he saw Ichigo, or did he just happen upon Ichigo? Like
worst part, if he does know Masaki's a Quincy and he knows all that, he would know about Yuha Baha.
Yeah,
he would actually,
and he would have been able to be like, "Really, guys? Like, I'm the bad guy."
Yeah, that's why he wasn't afraid when he was in the chair. He's like, "I'll be released eventually."
That's
wild. I almost do think he says something like, "Oh, I was waiting for you." He's like, "Hey, what's up?"
I think he does say that. Yeah. I think he, like literally he walks up. He's like, "Oh, it took you a while to come here."
Another gripe in that same realm is: do we know if Isshin's ever seen Aizen's Shikai?
I think
we were talking about
he
that.
Cleared it though, and it
makes
sense.
He has to because
Aizen's been in the 13
he's been around forever.
Oh,
that's why I'm saying that's why I was saying Isshin came after the Visoreds, so I think he had to see it because obviously Aizen is there in the Visored
and Aizen was just doing his demos for everyone. He's like, "Hey guys,
check it out. It's a water base."
Clearly, all of the captains and stuff like who are current now have seen it, so he's clearly still showing it over and over again. And he even goes on to mention when he's talking to Soifan for a brief moment that he was a teacher at the academy.
So it's like showing it to everybody.
Showing it to goddamn everybody as they were like,
"Hey kids, you want to see something cool?"
Like they could be training and not know. Where it's like, "Hey, maybe I shouldn't see this Zanpakuto." They just think they're getting a cool demonstration from a captain.
That's actually very cool. That's smart.
I have a chicken or the egg question for you guys.
Sure.
How do you think he was able to do that all the time? Like do you think everyone was under his hypnosis all the time? Because he's always using his Shikai. And do you think that caused him to become super powerful, or is it because
all the time?
You always have his Shikai, and like basically he was always in Shikai mode, like he was always able to use it and kind of fully hypnose people. Did that cause him to become more powerful?
From my understanding, and I think he said that once it's activated, like it's activated.
Just there.
Like once you're under it, you're under it. Like there's no going out of it. So I think it's literally just like a domino effect where he did one person, like let's say, I don't know, Yamamoto, which I doubt he was the first person, but let's just say he was, and then it just slowly kind of spreads like a fucking virus where it's just like
everyone has it.
Just like ding, 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 ding.
Do you think that made him more powerful, or is it just because the way the power works is just like
strategically?
I
think he planned it out right.
Yeah, I doubt he gets more power from more people being underneath it. I don't think that affects.
Please give me that though. I would prefer that because it would make
I don't
sense.
think it stacks.
Yeah, because then you would want to go with the Madara route, where it's like, hey, let's get the moon, and then I'll fucking get everybody. Like that. That's what he would want to be going with. But I don't think that's the case. So that's why he's doing the whole Hogyoku merge bullshit to become more powerful.
Oh, you know what? I always forget about that fucking thing. We're about to get Power Mullet Aizen, and I'm just like,
I hate Power Mullet Aizen. I think that's the worst.
What about when he's wearing that like?
Oh, when he gets the Tosin face.
I don't know what happens, but it seems like whenever let's just call Aizen's form a hollow form for now.
Yeah.
whenever like a hollow, like I don't know, release form is designed, it's like a 50-50 shot. Tite's either gonna make it really cool or really goddamn shit.
No, it's either really cool or a bug. That's all he does.
Because it's like, well, I'm specifically thinking one that is Wonderweiss. Like, what the fuck is that design?
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
What is that design? Like, what was that supposed to be? Like a fan? Like, what was that?
It's like he's wearing Jafar's like headpiece, but then he's got like
that's the fucking worst.
I don't know.
I would agree. It was
maybe
the
he's
worst.
an air conditioner.
Oh fuck!
Like it's so bad, and it's like some of them are really cool,
like the elephant guy.
Yeah, and it's like, or like the fucking guy with all the eyes. Like when he gets his release form, he goes into like a plant bottom. It's like, what happened here? Like, why is that?
That's what I always think about. I'm like, oh, the Espada were the top 10. Like they were fucking. Oh, there's that guy.
Yeah,
like he is the literally least memorable Espada, and he got dunked on by like one of the best captains. Like,
yes, and it's just like it doesn't. I don't know where some of the designs are badass, like really badass.
Noitora.
Yeah,
amazing.
Other ones are like, where
Halables is dope.
What went wrong, Tite? Like
exactly.
What happened?
Even Aranyero's fine. He makes sense for him.
Yeah,
the top 5 have great ones. Yeah,
the ecstasy guy's like, I could see everything.
It's
like,
it's fucking like I don't understand, and I don't like Aizen's form. Like when he goes in there, I think he looks stupid
because he's a butterfly.
And it's like I think that Tozen's form, his cool
regular form,
looks way cooler than Aizen's form.
And
I'm gonna call it his executioner
like
form.
that, where he's like fully.
That's the one I meant. Was like, oh, that cool.
Not as good
one.
as Tozen did.
Yep, Tozen looked way better.
Yeah. Until he went into his
and fucking Butterfly Aizen is dumb as fuck. I don't want to talk about Butterfly Aizen.
When he
can't.
Space.
That shit is stupid.
But
I'm so happy that they fucking end up taking him out of that form and strapping him to the chair. Thank God.
Guys, really, that was
Aizen made out like a bandit on that one.
Chair Aizen.
It was a fucking teenage face for me, guys. Come on.
I cut my
hair. You can't
hair.
hold it against me.
Like, I obviously understand, like, he was trying to go for a big power boost or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll get to talk about this more in depth later. But he kind of made it out much better in the chair form where he is now immortal and constantly gaining power no matter what. So it's like,
and he's hot as fuck.
So it's only like a matter of time until he reaches his original goal, but now he's immortal. It's like, that seems like a win to me.
Can he not break those bonds? I mean, what did we find out in 1000 Year? He has his wrist.
And
they allow him to use those things. Yeah. So it's like he originally, like the bonds that they have, he's like, he's trapped. Like he can't do anything.
But I don't understand how someone so powerful can be trapped by those.
Well, I imagine Urahara had some sort of
you're right.
Armor and reverse plot armor. Yes. Fuck you, my guy.
I imagine that was the go-to, where it's like, and obviously they still have to do like the clearing of the Central 46 bullshit and whatnot.
Do we remember what happens to him at the end of 1000 Year?
He's one of the people that you don't fucking see
along
with the rest of the goddamn cast.
Yeah.
But he does help fight against Yuaba.
No, I do remember the fight, but that's about it.
One of the best. So Sam was hard simping, as Jose brought up. One of the best Aizen lines was when someone was like, "Oh,
Ryoka boy."
The fuck no, not even that. Soifon was like, wow, Central 46 must have been stupid to fucking let you run around as a captain. Don't talk ill of the dead.
Yeah. He's like, it's not wise to talk ill of the dead.
It's so good. So good.
I think all of us went, ooh.
It was like
at the same time. Like, damn, homie just fucking
roasted.
The Bance was so good.
He was
he was great. He was exactly what he was supposed to be.
He is perfect villain. And he's great as a villain because he literally, you kind of get to see Tite like memeing on himself. Like, I've written all of this world and all the plot holes. This guy fills them. Because he can tell you, I controlled it.
Sam, out of all the villains you've seen so far, is Aizen your favorite?
Out of all the anime villains?
Yeah, at least the big ones.
Something like One Piece,
Fairy Tail, Naruto.
Like all of those really big. Yeah, I would say so. Of the big ones, yeah.
Because
there's obviously probably better villains like written in a lot of the smaller anime where it's like they're just better written because they actually have a complete like little story.
So like,
but I fucking love Aizen.
Yeah.
Thanos or Aizen? I would say Aizen probably.
I would go Aizen. Yeah,
dude. Thanos
like,
is dope.
Thanos is kind of a cool philosophical villain where it's like he has a very like philosophical decision where it's like, you know, the 50% of the people can survive to make the world better. Whereas like Aizen is just like, I don't know, he's just a badass. Like he's cool as shit.
Yeah, he's got that Batman vibe, but he's also got like I actually have
does
fucking
have
powers.
A Batman vibe.
He does.
But Batman with powers is perfect. Yep.
I'm
OP
Superman Batman.
So we do get, let's see, Isshin fights Aizen. We don't learn anything from Isshin.
But Isshin's fucking on par with Aizen. Like
no Shikai, no Bankai,
which we don't know if he has.
And he does one flick move.
Oh, and he wrecked Aizen, dude.
He just goes,
yeah.
But I like how Ichigo's fighting Gin, and that's a great fight. I think that's fantastic.
Yes.
And I like how Isshin sees fucking Ichigo get blasted over. He's like, "Oh my god, Ichigo!" And Ichigo's like, shouldn't you know more about him?"
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like thinking, that's your dad fighting God.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Why are you
helping him? I love
helping
that
him?
wole thing where he's like, what is he doing? I don't fucking know.
I don't know,
Like,
man. I
were
just
you-
got
Were
here.
you fighting him? I wasn't listening. It's like, wait, if you want to know, why don't you fucking ask him, huh?
I loved it though because you would see this like one fight with Gin where he's like slashes down and you see Ichigo got the big eyes. I'm like, oh, we're gonna get a fucking comedy moment right now, even though he's fighting. Like, what the fuck?
I do like there was a couple moments in the Gin fight that I really, really liked, and one of them was where Ichigo he started talking about the classic anime thing. Oh, you clash blades, you start like understanding what the other is.
yeah.
And he's like, for you, I cannot understand a single goddamn thing.
He's like,
Which
you're
has
creepy.
been a Gin thing the
Yeah.
entire time.
so good.
I forgot that he ran into him all the way back at Jidambo. I was like,
very
oh
early
shit.
on. Very.
Yeah.
And I love that. It's just like, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking. And it's like,
Yeah.
even to the point where like they're kind of fighting. And I saw like the moment that he gets shot past Isshin, it was like, oh, Gin's like doing that on purpose. Like he's like pushed like, hey, go over
Interrupting.
next to Aizen. Like
Yeah,
go over there. Where he's like, he's very closely like corralling. There were a couple of parts where it's like, obviously we know Gin is like,
A double
I don't
agent.
know if you call him a good guy, a double agent. I don't really remember what his exact motivation is.
I mean,
aside
we'll
from
find out later
trying to
on.
fuck up Aizen. The parts where they go into Gin's thoughts, it kind of like ruins the.
It does.
Yeah, a
'cause,
little
like,
bit, yeah.
You're
I-
not
I
gonna
feel
lie
that.
to yourself in your thoughts, you know. So
Yeah.
it's like this. Oh, I need to finish Ichigo quickly.
He's
It's like,
bipolar or
do
some
you
shit.
or do you not? Because like I don't. That's the thought things are. I feel like we should. I don't know. Bleach. Just stick to Ichigo's thoughts, or like
Yeah.
even not even Aizen, because Aizen, you can't have thoughts of a character who is doing something else because
Exactly.
it ruins the illusion.
It could be one of those things where he like. Classic. Anyone has this feeling. It's like,
Yeah.
what if Aizen can read fucking minds too? Like, so he's
Start being quiet
he's
the whole time
saying
in your
the
head.
words we
Because,
need
you know,
to
we
know.
have the grand social out with Momo, which we never talked about because
Oh.
fuck her. But
fucking great though. So
if like imagine
satisfying.
we got Aizen's thoughts as he's being attacked. Oh no! Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah,
They're behind.
yeah, it would be
It'd
terrible.
like, was he having those thoughts, or like, why are we the viewer hearing the oh no's?
It was
as a
super
thought?
weird though because those scenes all happened very quickly. It wasn't
Yes.
it wasn't 3 episodes where
Yeah.
they had to like a change of heart or they like forgot what they did. It wasn't like they switched to a different fight. We still don't know what the fuck happened with Yami. They've consistently stayed on Aizen, and at no point do I know when they switched with Momo. I
I
think
have a theory when he switched with Momo. So there is a part where Komamura and Love, they go for a grand biche, and then
the Grand
Hitsugaya
Slam.
hits it, and it goes, and a whole bunch of smoke goes all over the
he's
place.
just like, good job, guys.
He just so he teleports.
The only problem with
grabs
that
her,
one is he
yoinks
does
her.
kill people after that, so it's like you
Yeah.
have to assume that he is at least assisting at that point.
I almost
but I do think that is the only time where it's like there is a clear smoke screen. That being said, he has been shown to be incredibly fast already,
Yeah.
so he could have literally have done it in like a split second.
He did some Baragon shit where he just like touched Ichigo. He's like, yeah, I could do this. Like,
Yeah.
hey, what's up?
Yeah, that part was badass.
Which is interesting again because like we forget that Ichigo is still rocking Bankai this whole
Yep.
time, and his whole Bankai's point is to be speedy.
Yep.
And
But
it's
he's
like
not that
he's getting
fast.
dunked on,
Even-
dunked.
I feel like even Soifon's getting fucked.
Yeah,
right?
oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she got wrecked.
Yororichi is probably the fastest person alive, and
Yeah, I believe
think
so.
Aizen's probably either on par.
Well, we're about to see Yoruichi
Yeah.
shows up with Urahara.
Oh,
so
Oh,
God.
but she's in her battle outfit.
we about to see that shit. Yeah, I love her battle outfit.
yeah.
So I'm curious
Hey,
if
that
Yamamoto
GM
is that
figure-
fast too.
If who?
Yamamoto, because
I believe he's fast, but I don't know how fucking fast he is.
I just think it's so weird to compare speed because like they keep fighting everybody where it's like there's no person where they're like, oh, I'm so much faster than you. Where it's like we were memeing on Soifon versus Baragon where it's like all of our speed just disappeared like for no
Yeah.
because
reason.
it was like an entropy thing. Like when she goes to kick it, would
But that
like,
was only
kinda
slow
when
down.
it's in when she's in his space kind of.
Yeah, but like
Oh,
when
yeah.
they're running away and stuff, she's going so slow.
Oh yeah,
It's
good
like
point.
like you're not even in the aura. Like what is happening?
And then meanwhile, Isshin's going fucking no
yeah, and
Shikai, just
Kiraku is
keeping
dodging
up.
all the Stark bullets.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Somehow.
What the fuck?
Oh,
Yes.
gotta float
Like
through,
the whole
guys.
speed scale is all fucked. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And that's why it's hard to compare. Like obviously Yoruichi has been established to be like the fastest. Like she is the person.
Yeah.
Where it's like in everybody else, who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Who the fuck
Byakuya?
knows? Like Byakuya
I mean, yeah,
is
he's
supposed to be up
fast as fuck
there.
too,
Soifon is supposed to be up there, but everybody else seems to be moving just as fast as these fuckers.
One other thing, just because I fucking remembered Yamamoto, when he does the punch, he's essentially just Kensei's Bankai, right?
Yeah,
Like, he doesn't even need to
yeah.
do-
He doesn't
like,
need him.
Kensei's useless because he could just punch shit so hard that it fucking.
I did kind of like they don't ever directly relate it, but it kind of reminded me of when Kenpachi has the scene where he's like, "Oh, old man Yama wanted me to learn the two hands,"
Tommy.
and that's what that kind of reminded me. Where it's like, with like, oh, like Yamamoto does know another fighting style aside from just like the sword. Like
just
like he
beating
does
the
like
hell out of
practice,
someone.
like what he preaches. It's not just like a, hey, you need to learn the two-handed one. He's like, because I know how to beat ass with my fist. Dog.
Yeah, soon.
He was fucking great because it's like, oh, you think that's the only way? And he could have just tossed his
sword.
sword.
He didn't have his sword on him at that whole time.
No.
He's probably just like, don't need you.
He's like, oh, you stole the sword? Oh, the flames? Okay.
Like, so one thing that was I didn't realize. I remember like the flames get put out, but he says Aizen says that Wonderweiss like encapsulates his sword basically.
Yes.
Like he seals his sword away in Wonderweiss.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I can't explain it, but it's like that is what he says.
That is what he
happened.
said, exactly.
That is what happened. Like,
I mean,
and then he exploded.
Yeah,
so is he not
Captain
supposed
Yama
to?
had a Captain America.
How does he have his fucking? Does he not get his sword back? Is it like a couple hours later the effects wear off? Like, is it after 4
you're
hours?
talking about how
call
Yamamoto
Aizen?
gets the fires back?
Yeah. Just
I have no fucking idea.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's
Like,
bullshit, right?
Plot armor.
But it's like you could say the same thing about all these people keep getting their goddamn swords breaking. Where it's like Komamura when he got slashed, his Bankai got sliced.
Yeah, his
his sword got
fucked
destroyed.
Yeah.
Where it's like, so how does that work? And it's like they show in Thousand Year Blood War that getting your sword broken is apparently a big deal.
Renji didn't get the fucking memo, dude.
Oh no, yeah.
So it's like, how does that work? Like, where is that happening?
Is it different when it breaks in Bankai?
I don't know, and I can't help but just think of like Demon Slayer, where they're pissed that the sword breaks all the time.
yeah.
Where it's like this one they don't acknowledge. Like I don't know if they've ever acknowledged like swords breaking. And getting
Miuri
fixed.
does fix the swords.
I think
Oh.
you're thinking of Zanpakuto Rebellion arc. Is what you're thinking of.
Yeah. That's what it is.
I'm not so sure he's ever shown fixing the swords like in canon.
The chick that makes the swords, right? Or is it?
It's
a
a
dude.
dude. It's a dude.
What's the chick? The one with like the cybernetic arms.
There's like
What
the
is she-
cloth or something. I don't
Oh,
fucking
she
know. She
makes
got some
the
cloth
ropes.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the guy that makes the swords.
He's cool as fuck. I
Yeah,
like that guy.
What did he train Mayuri then?
No.
Or like, did he train anyone? Because I feel like there
I don't
was somebody
think so.
that trained
I
someone.
think the thing with Mayuri is that he can do it to his sword specifically.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that I get.
are you thinking that Mayuri's the one that fixed all the swords?
I feel like he would fix the
Because
swords.
I'm pretty sure that was Zanpakuto Rebellion arc and a mixture
Yeah.
of what Jose was saying, where he has been shown to modify his own
That's
like
fair.
Bankai and sword and stuff.
But like, how does Renchi get
I don't
a
know.
sword?
That's what I'm asking.
Is
Well,
there just an
Renchi's-
envelope thing? He just sends
I
up
would
to
imagine
fucking
it
Zero
is,
Squad?
has to be the R&D
It has to-
department
yeah,
or
it has to
whatever.
be
It has to
something
be.
Oh,
But
yeah.
they should have had a blacksmith department or something. Like
Yeah.
where do the swords go?
I feel like it was the reason we get the Zero Squad introduction of that
Mm-hmm.
dude is because it's like, hey, they're not strong enough as is. We got to power upgrade.
Yeah,
them.
because I mean, what he reveals your true form. I think is
Yeah.
what
Yes.
he does, right?
Yeah.
and then you get the name from the other guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I get that.
So I
but-
really I don't know, and I feel like it's gonna be one of those things once again where we're talking about like, oh, Camp for Your Own World got the answer for that.
Yeah.
it's like oh, okay, this God novel seems to have all the answers.
It's so weird. We were just talking about. So we've got about 3 months left of
Yeah,
Bleach Boys
yeah.
before we're in
So
the
we're
novel territory.
we're next when we start. Well, actually, after the Hellverse movie, we will start episode 300. There's only 366 episodes.
Yeah.
And that
So-
means that the Aizen arc has to wrap up within maybe 40 to 50 episodes or so,
and
then
there
we get the
is
full
a
bring.
part of filler that we haven't
Yeah.
watched yet, like a filler arc.
How long do you think that?
That's
Like,
like-
I would
feel
say
it's
like
gonna
probably
be
like
15
15
episodes.
Dude,
Yeah.
Aizen arc's done in like 10, 15 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like
very
in the
much.
next
It's
2
moving
weeks we're
so
done.
fast.
There's,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have Power Mullet Aizen yet. He's not in butterfly form. Geen hasn't betrayed, and
And we have to get
Muga-
Isshin training each
Yeah,
year.
Yeah,
Gets
the
it.
Dongai
Don
Bankai.
guy,
Yeah.
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 So yeah, there's quite a few.
There's
but
a little bit of
that's
things,
like
yeah.
15
and then obviously we also have
episodes.
to fit, like Fullbring
Yeah,
arc.
who
in.
gives a fuck?
But I'm just saying that
Yeah.
that gets fit in on the end as well. I don't
Oh.
know how long Fullbring arc is. I've never watched it.
I feel like it's 20 episodes.
I don't
for
think
some
I ever
reason.
watched
Like,
it.
it's
I
just in
think
the
I
back of
only
my
read
head.
it.
I bet it's pretty quick.
I
bet
think
it's not
quick.
as long
yeah.
as
I think
as
it's really quick. It's probably like
think.
20 episodes or so.
The
I
only
bet
one,
it's quicker than that.
the only
think-
reason we need is for Tsukishima, right? Like we have to have him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he
that's
comes
it.
back in 1,000 Year, right?
Yeah.
They both
Yeah.
come back.
Oh, does Ginjo
Oh,
come back?
yeah.
Oh,
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
no
I thought he
shit.
died.
No, they both come back.
Oh, completely
Oh,
forgot
fuck.
about that.
No, that's spoilers for me. Shit.
Sorry.
Cut.
Jose.
But Fullbring was a manga, right?
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
All of that's canon,
It's so
which they
weird.
should have ended on the final goodbye. But
Yeah, they
I'll
should have
talk
done it the
about
other
that
way
when
around,
we fucking
yeah.
get there.
Yeah.
What else happened? So we did get we finished on kind of the film festival, which I thought
what'd
was
you
very
think?
funny.
Yeah, I
thought it was funny.
thought
I
it was
liked
a
it.
funny
So
one.
there were actually two. So the film festival was also kind of like a setup for the movie. They kind of
Yeah.
like, oh, we're celebrating the fourth movie come out, so we're making movie. We need money, baby.
I like
Yeah,
how
I
they
like
were
that. They're
saying-
like, oh, we're broke. We break
Yeah.
everything way too much. We need money now.
and they were like directly referencing, I think, the recession too.
Yeah.
Like, nobody has money, but
they
have
started
money.
off being really serious, where they
Yeah.
were like, yeah, like even in times of economic like downpour or whatever, where it's like
They still go to the
they
movies.
still go to the movies,
Well,
which is
COVID,
not true
fuck
during the
that.
pandemic.
Yeah.
So
That's exactly what I was saying. It's like,
We're gonna
yikes.
that's gonna happen in the 1,000 Year Blood War. We're gonna get
Oh No.
Like all about everyone being sick.
Do you think they're going to try fillers? Do you think they're going to try bucket fillers?
No, they better not.
Yeah,
I hope not.
They wouldn't do any fillers. Film festivals are great.
Yeah, I
filler.
agree with that.
Definitely recommend watching it. And
the fillers have been very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, as of now, they're not too serious and all about
the
themselves.
actual prologue for the Hellverse, I'm interested to watch the actual movie and see if we needed to watch that, because that didn't really do much.
I don't
for
think
me.
we did.
It was
all they
cool
did
to
was like
see
name drop a couple
Shrieker,
things.
whatever his name was again.
I forgot.
That was cool to see him, but it's like they fuck up the power levels again, where it's like Rukia should just decimate that guy. Like I don't give a fuck how powerful he is coming out of hell.
It was directly after Hueco Moon.
Yeah. So it takes place. It looks like, if I had to put exactly a pin. Well, we know it opens up with the fucking Vassalorda Ichigo versus Ulquiorra, so it obviously happens right after that. But it seems like the prologue is literally you see right when Xyloparo and Audinieto die. Yeah. That's literally they both like fall in together, like, hey, we're in fucking hell. Which is weird because it also means that they both have done horrible things as a human, right? That's what it has to mean. Because they keep talking about Shrieker, and he was in the very early. If you guys forgot Shrieker, he was a serial killer. He was a serial killer before he became a hollow. So that's the reason why he went to hell. So he was a horrible person as a human, died as a hollow, went to hell instead of going to be reborn.
But what if a different hollow ate that hollow? Would that make that?
I don't know.
Arniero's a cunt. We can agree with that. So
Audinieto is the weird one where let's just say that's not how that works, and just say they have to have done horrible things as a human. So they're just both whoever Xyloparo was and Audinieto were as a human. Were just like
or
horrible.
Do you think as of their current life they were terrible?
They specifically say as a human.
Yeah, because they can. What is it? They can repent all your sins as a hollow.
Yes,
I would. That makes sense.
Yes,
but what I think the thing is about hollows and the Arrancar and Vassalores, they're not Vassalores. They're just Arrancar, right?
They're Adhuchas.
They basically the most potent like personality is what comes out on top. So like a Menos has no personality, and once it comes like Adhuchas or anything like that, that's when.
Well, I hate to throw you off of Audinieto again, but he's got two.
What?
Remember?
He's got two tiny heads inside of his jar.
That's right.
Split personality.
Asshole over McGee. They're both assholes.
Okay.
Yeah. They both sound like dickheads. Let's just be real.
The deeper voice one seems to be a little bit more open to it, whereas like the one that chimes in less with a high pitched voice seems to be much more like, nah, fuck you, I'm gonna do whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I hate that shit.
The exact noise of the personality that person is.
But I think it's that where they like because like I don't think Stark would go to hell.
So you're trying to solve the Audinieto one, but let's just focus on Xyloparo because he's just one person. Let's just say
I could guarantee you he was a psychopathic fucking experimenter,
like some kind of crazy doctor.
Yeah, I feel like he was one of the first Arrancar too. Like he was one of the originals. I don't know.
I don't know if we ever know what his original number is before he becomes
There's a novel. I'm just gonna give you a heads up. There's a novel about that one. But I think it's the personality comes through. Like I don't think Stark would. Hannibal wouldn't. Ulquiorra, I don't think he would either because he. Oh wait.
I don't think he would.
No, he never did anything wrong.
Well, I was just like, wait, what about because it's Hellverse? And I think Ulquiorra.
Noia Tora for sure. He would women hating for sure. Going down to hell.
If he didn't, it'd be fucking weird. But I think Pythes said in one of the things because there's hell obviously, and then there's Soul Society. They basically there's like a greeting team that comes in, so it's like whatever religion you thought you were a part of. It's like, oh no, sorry guys, that's not. real. I thought that was cool. So they kind of like nipped that in the butt. But I like the hell. Like I like how everyone's like freaking out about.
I wonder how much of canon, because obviously the hell stuff is from very early Bleach.
Yeah,
like very early.
They never bring.
So
back.
I wonder how much of a canon like the kind of the movie setup is. Like obviously I know the movie's gonna be filler, but I'm interested like the stuff setting up the hell, like the whole
that
hell.
Episode?
I don't know, like realm. Like I wonder how much canon those rules are. Because they do talk about like the stuff of them talking about if you're a horrible human you go in. They talk about that in the very early episodes when Shrieker is getting pulled in there originally.
And it took them this long to write this fucking movie.
So I just like I wonder if they were still thinking about that. Obviously someone was, and that's how we got this movie.
Yeah.
But it's like how does it apply to the Espada? Like I wonder how that goes.
I think it's like
and like if that is a hard and fast rule, are the Espada allowed to be cleansed and go to Soul Society? Like was that an option?
Oh, fuck.
Because they're still under the general hollow umbrella.
So let's say we find Stark in the future.
Thank you, Jose.
Oh, wait, because the bird kid that Chad meets up with in Soul Society was a hollow, right? Or is it
no,
he
was just
a soul?
Just a soul.
Yeah.
Do we see any hollows in Soul Society?
Well, they cleanse when they
cleanse Orihime's brother.
Yeah. Well, when they get killed, they get sent to the Soul Society, right? I think that's what happens.
Yeah.
I think they.
So they get purged of their sins as a hollow, and
because where do they? The Soul Society is the afterlife, right? That's where they
pretty much.
And then if you die in the Soul Society, you go into rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, it's a reincarnation cycle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Oh, Sasakibe is alive.
So I don't know. It's we get into the really deep parts of it, and it's like I start to see the cracks. Like I don't understand.
Throw in Aizen.
Yeah, but I am interested to see the Hell movie. I am really interested.
Yeah.
From what I remember, it's good. And of course they
You guys saw it already?
I've seen it a long time
it's been
ago.
out for a long time.
Well, I didn't watch any of these movies.
It's kind of interesting at the prologue. They're like, "Do not tell Ichigo." No.
and then
what happens?
We're gonna get him.
Yeah.
But it's like, who do they think they are? Where they're like, guys, listen, very important. Do not tell Ichigo. Okay, we're gonna give express permission to Rukia and Renji to go into hell. The two people who drag Ichigo and follow Ichigo everywhere he goes.
Yep.
Also,
probably not the
characters.
best. Probably not the best people to pick to give permission to go into hell.
Why are they thinking not sending captains? Like I don't.
It's
I
a
get.
great goddamn question.
Get
Fuck, dude,
sending them
So
because of the
I
reasoning.
think the end episode reason of episode 299 was that we're not sending them there, but just in case for some reason
they might have to.
they
do it.
have
yeah,
to do
yeah.
that. We're gonna give them the instructions on how to do it.
Yeah.
That's what like basically Yamamoto said is like we'll give these two people just in case.
Yeah.
How to do it.
Yeah.
But I also feel like if it's that bad, where all the captains are like gasp a center.
Well, they also very clearly write off both Kenpachi and Mayuri. I don't know if you noticed that.
Immediately
So
they're like, two
I
strongest.
don't remember much of the movie aside from kind of
Wait.
like the villain in the last kind of
The
fight
same.
that happens. So I feel like they might be setting up that they are going to be fucking around there as well.
Got you. I feel like they listen to us constantly. Like from the future, they wrote this stuff. They're like, make the fillers more funny,
Yeah.
make them completely, pointless. Also,
I mean,
well,
you
you
gotta
always
imagine
write off
feedback,
Kenpachi and Mayuri because you got Batman and fucking Superman. Like
You
can't have
gotta
'em
imagine that a lot of like what we're talking about were also like current complaints at the time
Yeah,
that figured
exactly.
it out.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised by that. For episode 300, we go back to canon, and I do think we get about, from my memory, two or three episodes of canon, and then there's like
Straight into
3
filler.
episodes of filler, and then it is canon again. So it's not gonna be the worst, but I'm just saying when we're gonna come back next week, we're gonna do Hellverse,
Yeah.
and then I do think the episode after that there will probably be half C filler, half C canon.
Oh God.
And then after that, we will have quite
Full
a bit.
canon.
Probably
Yeah.
can't. I would imagine.
I think it might go through all the
I
way.
would imagine canon all the way to Aizen dying.
He
to-
did die.
well,
Whoa.
sealed.
Yeah, sorry. To
Getting
being sealed.
Yeah.
To hopefully to Rukia saying goodbye is what I would hope.
That's such a
Yeah.
tear-jerking
Oh, dude,
episode.
I watched that episode just recently, like before we started this podcast. So I guess count the years for that.
Yeah.
Before we started the podcast, I watched that episode because they were like, "Oh, it's like the 10-year anniversary or something." And I
Yeah.
watched it. It's like that is a sad episode. That really is.
I
That's why I say that would be the perfect ending episode.
Yeah,
feel like
I
we're-
completely agree.
We're gonna be close to a year when we finish this.
Yep.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
12 more
I
episodes or
really,
so.
really hope so. I haven't been like super looking into any Bleach news. I really hope that we do either end well before or right before 1,000 Year Blood War
Yeah.
starts up.
If-
I would love
I
that.
think the thing was in August. We were supposed to get the announcement for it.
Yeah, and I know kind of like COVID is kind of
Yeah,
happened. So if they start it, like if they announce, hey, 2022, we're doing it, that's perfect for me. I will be
Yeah,
so
I'm okay
happy
with that. Take a quick little
Yeah,
break.
because like we got
do other
novels
stuff.
and shit to check out. Like
Exactly,
there's
yeah.
other shit to do for Bleach. So I'll be very happy about that. Obviously I don't want it to be super far out, but
Yeah.
still we have a lot of other shit to do.
Yeah.
Man, good. Oh, I was thinking. So you know how we were talking about like what espadas we are, and there's not a lot of options
Yeah.
in these espadas. So I was thinking for you guys, okay?
Okay.
I've assigned you guys Soul Reapers based on your personalities.
Oh.
Okay. Now, one of you will be happy about your choice, and the other will probably not be. So, here's the thing. There's obviously only so many characters to pick from, and obviously a lot of you guys' personalities, you two, are very unique. So it's like
Aw,
it's hard.
thank you
It's
so
hard.
much.
It's hard to fit it into where it's like
Does this include the rest of the team?
no,
okay.
no, just you two. I put a lot of thought into this. So,
Okay.
you can't fit it 1-to-1 because
Okay.
like a lot of you think of like an anime character. A lot of times they just give them one trait.
They're
Yeah,
like
those
oh,
one-trick
yeah.
they're
ponies.
that
yeah.
guy, like Ikaku, he's the fight guy.
Yep.
It's like Kenpachi, he's the even fighter guy.
Yeah.
Where it's like
He's
that's
a fucking
it's like
kid.
that's their
Yes.
thing. It's like, and then they don't ever get any other personality traits aside from that. So, okay, Josh. So personality of Josh. You could help me describe the personality of Josh today.
Okay.
He can be emo at times, big bitch.
Very much.
He's also loud and obnoxious.
Yep.
Can be.
Yep, I agree.
When let's say he's doing any sort of work, he's breaking shit constantly because he's a fuck boy.
I just think I'm clumsy.
What else? You make shitty jokes. You love
Constantly.
your friends a lot. You're
Aw.
a big simp for your friends. Simp for any girl you're dating.
Are you gonna
even
say he's
more than that.
Omaida?
Yeah.
No. I'm
Oh.
going off of personality. You should be saying I'm going on personality alone.
Got you.
Looks, no, not really anything to do. I might have taken them into account a little bit.
Okay.
Oh.
But all right. So with that in mind, Jose, who do you think you would put Josh as?
So you already said
obviously I put a lot of thought in this. I really did. I put a lot. These are I'm confident with these picks.
69 boy.
Okay, so
Shuei.
He is. I did think about him, obviously, because like you got to start with the emo characters first and kind of tick off the list. He's too emo. He's not loud enough, where it's like
I forgot the loudness, but because he has a thing for Rangiku.
All right,
you
ready? You ready? Renji. Okay.
I agree.
I can see that.
Agree.
Yeah.
Constantly getting memed on by the main character. We're like,
Renji.
fuck.
Wow.
Renji. So I gave a lot of thought. I feel like if it's because Renji has times where he's super fucking emo bitch boy.
Yep.
He is, not the most powerful person, but it's like he's breaking shit all the time.
But he's always there with the crew.
Also can go back
always
and forth
there.
from being like quiet guy where it's like with Byakuya, he's like
Super
very serious.
respectful.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's also loud fuckboy dummy.
Yeah.
Where it's like
he always apologizes for his friends
yeah,
too.
that's
which is,
true.
That's a classic
so
Josh.
It's perfect.
I agree with this. I allow
All
it.
right, Jose. So now Jose, you're not gonna like yours. I'm sorry.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Is it Hanatoro? Fuck.
No, I would never give you Hanatoro. So Jose, you were hard to put because you're not super loud, but you are down to be a fuckboy. So that's a key tick right there. We always make fun of you being from emo, but you're not really emo. You're kind of like quiet. You do like the quiet memeing on people, where it's like you'll just
under your breath.
You'll just like
them.
hop in and do like a quick destroy, which is really annoying. You're also the best looking out of all of us.
I would agree with that.
That is important, except for maybe Danny. Danny would give you a hard run for your money.
He did ascend.
Yeah. So I would say Jose, and Josh has already guessed it for the audio. He looked over at me. Yumi Chica, Jose.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now that's not the most exciting pick, and I'll explain. I'm thinking a lot of his fight with Ganju and stuff, where they like fucking run around destroying bullshit all the time.
I forgot about that.
And it's like they get progressively where it's like, Jose, the hardest part of placing Jose is obviously we make fun of you for destroying stuff all the time.
Yes.
And it was like, that's why I immediately was like, there's Grimjo, there's like Kenpachi.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're kind of like a silent destroyer,
Yeah.
where it's like, you take your eye off of Jose for a second, and he will have scratched something. Will have.
I feel like I toned down a lot.
You have,
but
because we have grown up. Because we see you with a weapon, we're like, you can't have that.
You're like a smart guy. It's like you do your thing, but you're also like, when you talk about your fucking work shit, you're a fuckboy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we agree.
So I think you would be perfect, Yumi Chica. Your work boys are the Kenpachi squad, where you just turn into a fuckboy over there.
But like the aesthetic, like, I can't call my sword by its proper name because of this, and also.
And Jose's always wearing his goddamn glasses and shit because he wants to look cool.
I agree.
No, I need him for the sun.
Yep. I have perfectly placed you guys. That's a personality test. You guys are welcome. I thought long and hard on that.
I think that's pretty accurate.
I want to give you the same amount of thought, but I don't think I could do it in one episode.
You could come back next week. So
just give him Aizen.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll take it. It's all good.
That's not no.
No, Sam is very much like an Aizen.
Part of me wants to just say fucking Kiraku because I know goddamn well as much as you shit on him.
I hate him.
No, but
I feel like you would be that guy though. You're like, hey, you think I'm scummy? No.
I don't think he'd bop in and fight you like that.
You guys want me to say who I would place myself as? If I could self-identify, maybe you guys can self-identify who you would place yourselves as. So just like looking at my own personality and like what I know about myself, I know memeing, like, because I feel like this can be like, oh, fucking course. I would pick Ichigo for myself.
I think that's pretty
because
fair.
I think like watching the show, he's very like on off, and a lot of times like I just want to be fucking left alone. Like he just hang out in his room, and then he's like,
he gets dragged into
you guys goddamn doing?
But you get to
but then
the
he's
point
also
too.
down to like be a fuckboy and like argue with Renji and shit, where it's like it's the back and forth. That's if I had to self-place. I was thinking about it. It's like I'd probably put myself personality, just purely personality, not like strength or anything. Ichigo.
But I agree with that, and my point for Kiraku is that exact thing where it's just like I don't want to really be doing anything, just kind of want to fuck off for a bit. Also, you brought up thinking about being Aizen when he was memeing on everyone. He's like, I'm going to keep talking. You guys can fight me, but I'll keep talking.
That's Sam. He specifically said that's me when we're playing Naruto.
Exactly. And I was just like triggered. And so part of me is just thinking like it's a combination of that, but I would also say
it's that's why I'm saying it's very hard because like there's obviously multiple characters where it's like, Jose would fit really good with this one, but it's like it doesn't fit the best. And then it's like, this one has one trait that would fit really well. But
and
it's like
as egotistical as you are, I don't think you would go around like even if you got an
no,
iota
that's
power.
cringe. That's real
like,
cringe.
I am a god.
Yeah.
But I mean, Aizen does it properly.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I would say Kiraku's a very strong fit for you because you're a fuckboy.
He
and
does
I feel
do
like
the sneak attacks. So
it's like jab. I won. I thought about the game before you got to play the game.
I mean, you could say that that's Byakuya as well.
Byakuya is too.
He's too respectful and too more of a.
If I'm gonna say Byakuya is somebody, it's fucking Luis. Because he's got the fuckboy tendencies underneath, but he's like, oh, I'm a Marine. Like I can't. I
have to be proper.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah, I would say Kiraku for you, Byakuya for Luis, and then I don't know who would place Danny as. Like
Yuri. I don't know.
Well, that's still the Xyloparo sort of thing.
But I don't think Mayuri is totally off for him. But no, I'm trying to think. Fuck. Momo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Just kind of shows up. Hey guys, I didn't know I was here. Like, oh, cool. Fuck, I didn't know you're coming over. Yeah, I'm gonna disappear now.
yeah, very much like that.
Yeah, I mean those are all good picks. The only the good point is like the only thing with Ichigo is like when he does get dragged and stuff, he's never down. Actually, he was down in the film festival when he was doing the
he kind of had to
full down.
Yeah, he was like like,
full commitment afterwards.
And I like how because there was clearly a talk like when Rukia was acting, she was pretending to act like, oh no, help me, I am being unsaved or some shit like that. And fucking Ichigo's just like, I got you. Like he was full salvo. I would put Danny is Gin. I can't fucking read that guy sometimes.
Okay,
sure. And he's shady as fuck.
Yeah.
Sure. It's when he's walking around the room doing shit, you're like, what is he gonna do? This guy's gonna fucking stab somebody real quick. So
okay, well, let's call it on that. So let us know in the comments below if you had to like give yourself like a deep, like be honest,
a deep
don't
dive
try to pick
of
someone
yourself.
with cool powers or anything. Like the powers don't exist. If you had to purely personality based pick, like, and you know yourself better than anybody. So if you had to purely personality wise pick any Bleach character. It could be from either side, Thousand Year Blood War, whatever the fuck. Obviously, I didn't pick from Thousand Year Blood War because I don't really know them all that well. But
the Stern Ritters
that's a little harder with the
if
Stern
you could
Ritters.
pick from anybody, who would you assign yourself to be? Because that's the true question. So let us know in the comments down below. Of course, you can also tweet at us, message us on Instagram at the Weebs Guild, and of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and of course, give us a rating if you're listening on anywhere at all. And we'll see you guys next time for another Bleach Boys. Hope you guys have a good week. See you then. Bye.